Welcome to a new edition of North America Cup Countdown on the Harness Edge. I'm Harold Howe. Today we're talking with Mark Steacy about Sunshine Beach, one of the main contenders for this year's edition. Mark, you're in Lansdowne, Ontario. You're home. I didn't have the ambition to drive down there today, so we're just doing it by telephone. Anyway, congratulations on the other night. I know from having visited you in the winter, you were optimistic about your horse. And he certainly showed the other night that he had found another gear from what he showed as a 2-year-old. But do you think he can find still another gear, which I think you'd agree he needs if he's going to win this $1 billion pot?
Yeah, thanks, Harold, for the congratulations on the win. It was very exciting last week, and yeah, so far the colt stepped up real nice, and yeah, I think he seems healthy and his gait is getting better. That was kind of the question mark with him before, and it's gotten a lot better as he's raced this year, and he's been kind of drove conservatively in his first 2 starts, and I think he's pretty fresh going into the NA Cup.
All right, you admitted he doesn't look the best when he's warming up, and you've suggested that you wondered whether he had EPM, but you really didn't test him, you just treated him, and you're still not sure whether that was it or so forth. But is he sound?
Yeah, I've never ever, I've x-rayed this horse because of his, when he jogs him, he just doesn't look good sometimes, and he's done this basically right from the start, and I probably x-rayed him head to toe 6, 7, 8 times, in the last 2 years, and never came out with anything. And even after Sylvain drove him the first night, he mentioned, he said he seems a little off, and I said, in the race? He said, no, he was fine, but he says, in the post-parade and jogging back to the winner's circle. I said, well, you got to know this horse. So for the fun of it, we had Eddie McCarville come in, and he checked them all over, and same thing, never found a thing. So yeah, the horse is very sound as far as we know.
I got to ask you too. You bought him in the face of conventional wisdom that older mares don't produce superior horses. This fellow was, I believe, the 11th foal out of Light Up. You give $85,000 for him from View Carey Farm at Harrisburg. Weren't spooked a bit by the age of Mama?
Well, no, not really. I've had a couple. I remember Umbra Wallflower was like 12th or 13th foal, and she turned out to be a great racehorse. The mare has had a lot of foals and a lot of classy foals too. But she's had some real hard-knocking overnight horses, and this was probably the best sire bred to, as it's turned out he is. And that's what I was hoping, is that maybe this combination would hit the home run horse maybe.
Right. Having said that, there's still a lot of competition out there, and from my personal perspective, I don't know if I can remember as many very, very extremely fast 3-year-olds, at least through the first week of June, that we have seen already. How do you see it?
Yeah, it's really scary. Everywhere you look, they're winning in 150 or less, and there's not 1 or 2 that do it. It's probably 10 or 15 right now, and there's a lot of really, really fast horses out there. Their breed's gotten so good. I think that's why. But I think what it's going to boil down to is who's the toughest and can stand up throughout the year.
Right. And I know you perhaps better than some people, you're pretty sane in your approach to things, and I know not to diminish the Cup, but in your view of a big picture scenario, it's just one race. And win, lose, or draw, there's a lot of races left.
No doubt. I want to win the North American Cup as much as anybody. There's no doubt about that. But it's early in the year, and there's a lot left after this. So, I don't want to see the horse gutted just for the sake of trying to win this one race.
But was there any particular reason you asked to be in with Captain Treacherous in the elimination?
Might as well get it. We're going to have to meet him sometime. We might as well get it over with.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on the elimination?
Just on paper, even though we're in tough enough, and Captain Treacherous is a great horse. But I think we probably, just on paper, drew the easiest of the three divisions. That said, who knows how the race is going to break. It could be a sprint at the end. If you're sitting back too far, it might be hard to get in the top three. But you still need lots of race luck.
Yeah, but you like the way your guy came out of the race, and you're ready to give it a go. Yeah,
he came out of the race actually really good. He's improved. He had a virus there a few weeks ago, a small virus, and I think he's improved each week in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and he was conservatively drove, and Chris did a great job with him last week, and I think that should make him even braver for this week.
Yeah, very good. Mark?
Another thing, I'm really happy to see the draw when I love seeing when the retention barn comes up, because I think it just makes it more fair to everybody.
Yeah, good stuff. Mark, good luck on the weekend, and thanks for sharing your thoughts.
You're very welcome, Harold.
Harold Howe with Mark Steacy, countdown to the North America Cup.